Welcome back to the JCPod, part number Stare Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. It's that time of the week again, people. Pickem Thursdays on a Wednesday. So, you know what that means. We got Pickem, going over the NFL slate and the bets I like, and then we're going over the college bets I like, as well as some of the games to watch for this weekend. So, should be a fun one. Wasn't a bad... this weekend was alright. Let's just get into it. You'll see what I mean. As you can see why I'm so hesitant to say it wasn't that bad of a weekend. Boy! We got smacked a little bit. Atlanta. Wow. That was... I mean, you'll see my pick record when I show the overall. I have the best pick record, and I'm in 6th place overall. It's just... This... Every single year. It happens every year. Every year I have, like, a couple games that just kill me. Like, for example, putting a 9 on Houston, 12 on Atlanta. Losing those two games basically put me in a hole. Because, I mean, you see the Green Bay game. A lot of people lost in Green Bay games, so it's not bad. I lost a 12-9 and an 8. I lost 5 games, and I lost a 12-9 and 8. There's people who lost, like you see someone on the top who got 2nd place. 15-4, 3, 1. I mean, it's the points, man. Every single week the points kill me. So, coming in this week, we're going to try to fix it up a little bit. But like I said, if you look at the overview, I mean, I'm not horribly mad about it where... 15 points out of first place, which with this early on in the season, you just got to linger. Just got to keep lingering and wait for somebody else to just have a bad week. I mean, for that to be my bad week, like I said, I still have the best pick record. So, like, the picks are there. It's just, you know, lock in these numbers a little bit. So I'm hoping that continues to stay the way. Because, yeah, I mean, like, what? I'm only ahead by, like, 1 and 2 games against some people. So, I mean, it's small margin, but we'll take it because that means we're at least in the right spot. Just going to figure out these damn numbers. So coming into this week, numbers going to matter. So I do like Seattle over Arizona. I am won't lie to you, I'm very, very impressed by Arizona, but I think might be just that little bit more impressed by Seattle. I mean, they completely just beat New Orleans' ass last week. So I'm curious to see if that will carry over. As for Arizona, tough loss last week, but I mean, they could have won that game potentially, so... Very intrigued to see how this game is going to end up turning out because I wouldn't be shocked either way. I mean, this is going to be a game where I'm not going to have probably more than 5 points on once we get to there. I mean, we'll just do it for now, but that's probably going to change if I had to guess. Minnesota-Pittsburgh, this is in Ireland. And I kind of want to take... It might be a Pittsburgh home game because... of the fact that I think there's an ambassador for the Steelers that go over to Ireland a lot. So I think they're like the quote-unquote home of the Steelers. But I'll have to see. Not going to lie to you. I'm very curious to see if J.J. McCarthy's starting. If J.J. McCarthy's starting, I'm probably going to take Pittsburgh. If it's Carson Wentz, I'm actually kind of leaning Vikings. Not going to lie. I don't know. This is going to just be like a one... We'll just take Pittsburgh and we'll put a 1 point on it. That's probably going to change too, but that's getting no higher than 3. I mean, I have no true feel. I kind of lean Minnesota just because, I mean, Pittsburgh, I only lean Minnesota slightly because, I mean, Pittsburgh didn't look the greatest against the, I mean, they stopped the run a little bit better against the Patriots, but they didn't look the greatest, so I'm still, like, not for sure how I should feel on them, but, man, that's a tough game. I'm not going to lie to you. That's going to be a fun game. Not a fan of it starting super early, but going to be a fun game. Washington, Atlanta. Apparently Atlanta at home and Atlanta on the road are starting to seem like 2 very different teams. Marcus Mariota, they looked really good with the Commanders. There's a chance he might start again this week. I just got to take Washington. I mean, I just can't take Atlanta. I'm going to put, there's going to be another low pointer though, because wouldn't be shocked if Atlanta wins in Atlanta, because like I said, for whatever reason, they're amazing at home, and then they go on the road and they just lay these eggs. And it's not every game, but it's, I don't know. I won't lie to you. Atlanta's just a team I can never figure out. It feels like I'm always on the wrong end of their games. It feels like I just can't figure that team out, man. Buffalo, New Orleans, I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. That's actually hilarious. I don't think I've ever really seen it 100-0, but in Buffalo, I mean, yeah, there's no do we need to go over it? Detroit, Cleveland, got to take Detroit here. I mean, that's going to be a tough defense, but it's in Detroit, so I like their chances a little bit better. That's going to be a high pointer. We'll put it at 15 for now. Probably going to change that because Cleveland's defense is pretty good, man. So I still think Detroit should win it, but I'm a little bit nervous. New England, Carolina, I do like New England to handle that there. I mean, Carolina did look pretty impressive last week, but I don't think that's going to totally carry over. Chargers, Giants, got to take the Chargers, even with Jackson Dart starting. The number's probably going to change as well, by the way. But even with Jackson Dart starting, I got to take the Chargers here. I don't know about the Giants for sure. I do think Jackson Dart gives them a chance to be better because he can run a little bit. Probably going to bring a bit more juice than Russell Wilson was bringing for them, but I don't know. Rookie in his first start. Don't think it's going to totally go the best. Tampa Bay, Philadelphia. I actually kind of want to take Tampa Bay here. I kind of do because they've been winning all these games last minute. They do have the guy to stop the tush push and Vita Vea. You just can't, man, right? Yet again, another game where I'm going to put low points on because I could genuinely see Tampa Bay winning this game if they can play him right, but man, I just don't know. Yeah, that's what I thought. Eagles have lost Eagles have lost 4 of the last 5 to the Bucs going back to 2015. I mean, since 2021, they're 1-2. So I mean, like I said, I just can't be on the other. This is one of those ones where I won't lie to you. I do think Tampa Bay can potentially win this. I'm just not going to be on the other side of the family in case. I'd rather lose it with everybody. This is one of those games where I'd rather lose it with everybody than try to be the hero and pick Tampa Bay. Because then if they lose, I know there's going to be people in my family potentially put like 8 or 10 on the Eagles. So I'd rather just lose to like a 2 with them or something and then root for the Bucs. And then like I said, if it's split, I'm just going to feel like an idiot. Houston, Tennessee, you gotta think Houston wins this game and gets back right. If they lose this game to Tennessee, I mean, all hope's lost for them. Because I won't lie to you. This is gonna be interesting though. This is gonna be Brian Callahan's first game not calling plays, so it's gonna be see how in tune he is on the sideline. That's gonna be a sight for eyes. Rams, Colts. Until the wheels fall off. Won't lie to you. I definitely think the Rams potentially win this game. I kind of want to be a hero on this one and try to get the Colts here. I mean, I'm going to put, like, probably a 2 or a 3. Like, you know what? Actually, we will put a 1 on the Colts. I mean, until they lose at this point, I do think the Rams will give them a really good game, especially after what happened last time out. So, I won't be... This is one of those ones I'm probably going to be on the other side of it. Won't be. This is, like, kind of making up for the Philadelphia one where I want to go Tampa Bay there. I'll go with the home team here. Like I said, I do think the Rams genuinely have a chance to win this game. It's just the Colts' offense has been so prolific so far. It's like, why not? I will say, though, they don't have Kenny Moore, so that is a problem. I think they're also missing some other DBs as well. Yeah, Kenny Moore is doubtful because of a calf, Achilles things. I don't know what's going to be fully happening with Alec Pierce. The Rams, the thing is, like, I want to take the Rams, but after what happened to them last week with the Eagles, I mean, if the Colts can just hang around, they have a chance to steal it. I mean, Rams had the Eagles dead in the water, and I know that was in Philadelphia, though, but, man. Like I said, I'm just going to ride with my team. If they lose here, this is a total pick with my heart. If they lose here, oh well. I won't be shocked if the Rams win, but it's only 3.5 points. I think it's going to be at least a close game. Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's try to be a hero. And hey, if Colts improve to 4-0, I'll look like an absolute genius. If they lose, I lose a point. San Francisco, Jacksonville. Going to take San Francisco here, but if this was in Jacksonville, I'd consider Jacksonville a little bit, but I do think I have to go them there. Kansas City, Baltimore. Which one of these teams are going to go 1-3? I kind of want to pick Kansas City, but their offense has just been so bad, but the way their defense has been playing, that's going to be a low pointer. I'm going to take Kansas City for now. Might switch to Baltimore. We'll discuss it a little bit more later because, I mean, who's even the favorite in that game? Let's check the spread real quick. Because I won't lie to you, I looked at it, can't fully remember what it was. I thought it was a point, but that feels like that might be wrong. Won't lie to you, people. 2.5. Okay, so the Chiefs are 2.5-point dogs to the Ravens. Man, this is not one of those ones. I got burned by the Ravens last week a little bit. Got burned by the Rams. I mean, I picked the Eagles, but the Rams one would have been nice. So I'm just like, It's tough, man. But I'm gonna, you know what? We're taking Kansas City because they're home. Or maybe there's just some home field magic there. Las Vegas, Chicago. Actually, I'm going to take the Raiders here. I think the Raiders aren't the worst team in the world. I think that the defense potentially could get the Caleb Williams a little bit. Cowboys defense sucks. So, I'm not going to overreact too much and then think the Bears are world beaters because you saw what happened to the Giants. The Giants looked amazing against the Cowboys. Come back next week and they looked like they did. So, Green Bay, Dallas, I am going to take Green Bay there. I think they can get on the road, and just because, like I said, the Dallas defense and then CeeDee Lamb's going to be out, so it's going to be an issue. Jets, Miami. I am going to take Miami here. I just can't take the Jets, especially if Justin Fields isn't going to play. If Justin Fields plays, I might consider it a little bit more, but that's not going to be many points in that game. And then Denver, Cincinnati. Got to go Denver, especially with no Joe Burrow. I just can't. I just don't see myself taking the Bengals with no Joe Burrow, especially going into Denver. I mean, that looks like a great bounce back spot for the Broncos right there after a heartbreaking loss last week. Tiebreaker, Cincinnati, Denver will go 21-24, and then Jets, Miami will go 20-23. Why not? We'll just leave it like that. Who's going to score the most points this week? We'll go Buffalo because they're playing the Saints. Who's going to score the least points this week? We'll go Tennessee because they're playing Houston's tough defense. Now, let's go over the points. Where, like I said, this is the biggest part of the week. And I'm going to lie to you. There's a lot of tough games where it's like, ooh. Like Houston, Tennessee, I think they should be able to get that done. We'll put a 10 on them. Not the most. I mean, I want to go lower after what they did last week, but I just think they have a chance there. We'll go 3 on Vegas for now. Actually, we'll go 2 there. We'll go 1. You know what? We'll go 3 on the Chiefs. We won't go much higher than that. Dolphins, Jets. I have no feel in this game, so we'll just throw the 5 there. Seattle will put a 7 on them. Philadelphia, Tampa Bay will put a 4 for the time being. San Francisco, Jacksonville. I might just. Houston will put a 13 on. I mean, their defense should be good at home against Cam. I mean, truly, it's going to take Cam Ward playing a lot. I mean, that O-line is so bad. That Texans line is so bad. But they need to win desperately. The Titans seem very gettable at this point. Chicago, Vegas will go 4. We'll go 5 there. We'll just bump all these up 1. We'll go 6 in Miami. We'll go 12. 14. I mean, where was I? I mean, this is where I was going to put my 15 originally. We'll just do that. I mean, Chargers, Giants. We should probably bump up the Chargers a little bit, right? I mean, the Chargers are playing so good. We can bump them up a little bit. And then, actually, you know what? We'll leave that there. Los Angeles Chargers, we'll do an 8, and then that. Oh no, I want it a little bit higher, so we'll go 11 there. There we go. That feels a lot better. And then Washington, Atlanta, we'll do a 6 probably. We'll do a 5 there. I can put an 8 in Philadelphia and be okay and be within the middle because I do not like the 8 on Philadelphia. We're going to go 6. We'll just leave the 8 with Washington. I can't. But that's 7. We'll just put the 8 here. Alright. I think that should do it. So that's the picks for the week. Won't lie to you. Another week where some of those middle numbers I'm a little bit nervous about. Like Houston with the 12, I'm a bit nervous, but I mean, they should be able to handle that game. Denver 13. Slight bit nervous, but yet again, another game where their defense should give Jake Browning issues. Especially if the Vikings gave him the issues. I mean, Denver, especially with that crowd noise, are probably going to give him issues. Pittsburgh, Minnesota, I generally just have no feel in that game, so that's why I have my 1 points there. 7 with the Washington, I can't trust Atlanta right now, especially with how bad their offense is playing, and Washington was able to put up points. I could probably bump up New England a bit if I wanted them. You know what? San Francisco's at home, right? San Francisco's at home, I'll leave it. Is there any other big numbers I'm not a fan of. We'll double check one last minute, but other than that, we're all good. And then we'll talk about the bets. I just want to make one last double check and make sure that I didn't waste any big numbers that like I'm like, ooh, I really don't like that there. Like maybe I do 10, 12. No, we'll go 12, 11. No, we'll do the... There we go. We'll just do it like this. No. Is my 13 the one I want to move? No. You know what? That's fine then. We'll leave it. I think I just wanted to bump Houston down a bit. So, actually, we'll go... I think Brock Purdy should be back, so we'll go 11 there. You know what? We'll just leave it. I don't want to mess around with the numbers too much. I like it how we had it. That's Pickem for the week. Now let's head on back to the gridiron and go over now the bets for the games. Now, let's... Like I said, the normal with the player props, some of them aren't going to pop up, so I will be giving them out on staredownsports.com. If you want to check out my article, that should be out Friday or Saturday. I'll have my 4 or 5 props we end up taking there along with the Nasty Boys. Today, we're going to give you all the leans, and for those props at least, then some of the ones I'm for sure going to be looking at, and then we'll give leans and bets and all that fun jazz. So for Thursday night, we'll take the Seahawks money line. This is going to be a really awesome game. Won't be shocked if they lose, but I do like how the money line's only minus 116 right now, so I'm going to jump on that. Might take touchdown-wise. I was looking at Kenneth Walker potentially. He's plus 110. JSN's plus 160. Torrey Horton scored 2 touchdowns last week. He's plus 410. Those are some guys I was looking at there. Maybe Zach Charbonnet. Trey Benson's plus 105. So I would look at either him or maybe... I just don't know. Marvin Harrison's been tough the last couple weeks. It's been rough for him. I'm feeling for him a little bit. Kyler Murray, we're going to take his rush over at 27.5. I like his number anywhere under 30 because if there's a game, he did say he want to focus more. If we can get like 8 to 10 rushes out of him, he's going to get 30 yards. So we're going to go his rush over there. So I like Kyler Murray's rush overs. Like I said, I kind of like some of those touchdown scores. I'm not for sure going to take it yet. I might take Sam Darnold over 7.5. Let me just double check one last time because I don't remember what his running histories look like so far this season. Rushing wise, he hasn't rushed at all the last 2 games. And okay, yeah, he's rushed. Okay, yeah, no, we're just gonna ignore that then. That should probably be good for that game. Amari DiMercado over 14.5. You know what? I kind of like that. That feels a little bit low. So that's another one I'm gonna take is Amari DiMercado's rush over, which is like I said, 14.5. That feels a little bit low. So yeah, so that's what I'm leaning for that game. Vikings, Steelers. Steelers are plus 124 on the money line. Vikings are minus 146. Like I said, I did pick the Steelers and pick them, but I think I'm going to end up bouncing back to the Vikings. That's a game where I'm not going to, literally, I can't decide. You know what? It's my 1-point game for a reason. I truly cannot decide what team I think I like to win. I might honestly just end up flipping back to the Vikings. And then just you know what? We're going to do it right now. I'm going to flip back to the Vikings and pick them. And then, like I said, if the Steelers win, okay, it is what it is. I can't get myself to take the Steelers fully. I just love what Kevin O'Connell's doing with the Vikings, man. I just love what he's doing with the Vikings a lot. We have 3 other underdogs for the week. I'm just going to stick with the good old Vikings there. They're minus 106 for. I could see either way. This is probably going to be a live betting game for me, if anything. Just so I can actually get a feel of it. Bucks are plus 3.5 against the Eagles. I do like that number. Like I said, the Bucks play the Eagles really good. The last couple of years, they've been somewhat close games, and so I like the Buccaneers plus 3.5. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to have to see some of their player props with no Mike Evans. Chris Godwin might be back. I'm curious to see where Baker ends up going with the football, and I'm curious to see his rush over because he was hurt a bit. Baker Mayfield over 1.5 passing touchdowns plus 120. I kind of like that. You might see that later. Bills are minus 15.5 favorites against the Saints. You know what's crazy is I kind of like that. I'm not going to take it just yet. If anything, honestly, I might take alt spread of Bills minus 20.5. Let's see what that is. If I'm going to bet this, it's already at 15.5. Might as well just go insane with it. Bills minus 20.5 is plus 164. Bills minus 29.5 is plus 520. How bad did the Saints beat them? I know the Bills. How bad did the Seahawks beat them? Let's see. Saints lost 44-13, so they lost by 31. Bills minus 20.5. Bills minus 29.5. We're going to write it down in red. And I'm not going to lie to you. There's a chance I might sprinkle this. It's plus 520. That is some decent odds. Why not? If the Seahawks can do it, why can't the Bills do it? Right? That's some pretty poor handicapping, but it might work. Lions 9.5-point favorite over the Browns. I'm not going to touch that just because the Browns' defense is so good that they've been playing so well that I'm actually kind of intimidated by them a bit, so I'm going to stay away from that game. Texans are minus 7.5-point favorites over the Titans. Wish that number was a little bit lower, so I'm going to lay off there. Chargers are 6.5-point favorites over the Giants. I do lean Chargers minus 6.5, but I want to see what Jackson Dart does in his first start, so I'm probably not going to take this. I'm going to write it in red. Might end up taking it if I end up having some extra money from college, but probably not going to be something I for sure take. It's just a lean. Commanders minus 116 over the Falcons. I'm just not going to bet that game at all. Like I said, wouldn't be shocked if the Falcons win, and I don't know if Jaden Daniels is playing this week for sure yet either, and regardless if he's not, I don't think I'd bet this game anyway. If he was playing, I'd probably lean the Commanders a little bit more and feel a little bit better about it, but since he's not, like I said, I can't figure out these Falcons. Whichever way I turn my head, whichever way you try to take a look at it, I can't figure them out. Patriots are minus 5.5 against the Panthers. I don't want to take the 5.5, but I do think the Patriots win this game by about. I wouldn't be shocked to win. I think they can win by about a touchdown, but like I said, I just don't want to take it myself. I'm going to give this out. Just know this is the fan in me, but I am going to put it on the official record. Colts plus 3.5 against the Rams. I do think the Rams potentially win this game, but I like for the Colts to be able to keep it close. Their offense is playing really well. Jonathan Taylor's one of the best backs in the leagues statistically, and he's been one of the best for years now. He's gotten injured a decent amount, and the Colts have been kind of irrelevant, so I've kind of just forgot, hey, Jonathan Taylor's pretty good at football. I still remember the day that Colts got him in the draft. He was a second rounder. I was so excited. That felt like one of the steals of the draft. And shout out to Chris Ballard for that, because Jonathan Taylor's been pretty good for them. So, like I said, I like the Colts plus 3.5. I think they can keep this within a field goal. It's going to be a tough game for them for sure, but, you saw what happened last week. Jalen Hurts was able to throw it all over them. Daniel Jones, he's been playing pretty well. The offense has been pretty efficient, so if the Rams get kind of lackadaisical again, there's another chance for a backdoor if it's a similar score, the Eagles-Rams, but like I said, I just think the Colts are going to keep it close throughout the game. Won't be sure. Eventually they're going to lose a game. They're not going to go 17-0. This could very well be the first game they lose, but I do think they're at least going to keep it close. This is a team that's been competitive. They have the right mindset. They seem to have the juice. Give me the Colts to cover. 49ers minus 3.5 against the Jags. Don't like the hook, so I'm staying away from that. That game just makes me nervous. Chiefs on the money line. I do kind of lean it a bit, but if I was going to give out anything, it might be Chiefs plus 2.5. Not going to do it, though, because I wouldn't be shocked if the Ravens win this game by, if the Ravens can win this game by, 15, I wouldn't be shocked. Chiefs can win it by 1 and be like, yep, that makes sense. So I'm probably not going to take anything in this game. I lean the Chiefs, but not going to take anything. Raiders minus 110. That's another one where it's lean it, not going to take it. If I was going to bet anything in this game, it would be the Raiders on the money line, but I just don't see myself doing it. Cowboys are 6.5-point dogs to the Packers. Lean the Packers that one. Probably not going to take it. But especially after last week, I do think the Packers bounce back, but I don't think I'm going to take it. Yet again, another one of those situations, maybe if I have extra money from college, but meh. Monday night, you got the Jets, Dolphins. That's a stay away from me completely. I just have zero interest in rooting Maybe if I get one of the teams down live and I'm catching something, I might do it, but I'm good there. Broncos minus 7.5 over the Bengals. I do lean that minus 7.5, but won't lie to you. I'll have a stare down sports article by then when I handicap these games a little bit more and go over some more stuff. But I just, as of right now, because of no Joe Burrow, I just have no lean in either of these games. I do think the Broncos win. 7.5 feels a little big, but they could probably win by 15. As for the Bengals, sorry, not the Bengals. As for the Jets, Dolphins, I'm good, man. I am good. So those are my official bets for the Week 4 slate. So officially go over them. Seahawks minus 116 on the money line. Kyler over 27.5 rushing yards. Amari DiMercato over 14.5 rushing yards. Bucks plus 3.5. Colts plus 3.5. My leans, kind of lean taking the Bills and alt spread of minus 29.5. Just absolutely blowing out the Saints, not letting them score. But I don't know. Chargers minus 6.5. I don't know. Chiefs plus 2.5. Raiders money line. Packers minus 6.5. Meh. Colts spread, Bucks spread, Seahawks money line, and then Kyler over, Amari DiMercato, rush over. Those are the official bets for NFL Week 4. Let's go over some college now. There's some game I'm interested in. I'll go over those real quick and then give out my bets for those. And then we'll talk about the other fun games. And then, as you'll see by the timeline, I'll give out my official bets again for the people who are just timeline jumping and just want the bets. College football, TCU, Arizona State. Really excited for that game Friday. I am on the TCU money line there, won't lie. It's already moved to plus 3.5. I really hope that I might take the plus 3.5, but I think I already bet the money line, so I don't know if I want to double dip. Saturday, some games I'm interested in. Notre Dame, Arkansas should be a fun one. USC, Illinois, I'm curious to see how they bounce back. I bet Georgia Tech minus 14. It's minus 13.5 at some other books against Wake Forest. Georgia Tech is the way better team. Wake Forest should not be hanging around in this game. If they hang around in this game, it's because either Georgia Tech messed around or something really, really bad has happened. LSU, Ole Miss should be a really fun game. Indiana, Iowa. I lean Indiana minus 7.5. I might just take it anyway because I think they might roll them. So, yeah, like I said, we have Georgia Tech minus 13.5. That's official bet. We got TCU money line. That's an official one. I am a little bit nervous about TCU's defense, not going to lie. We got Indiana spread. That's a maybe, but I'm probably going to end up giving it out if I'm being honest. Iowa really doesn't have too much offense. If they can't hold down Indiana, that thing could get ugly. Hawaii plus... Not going to lie to you. I probably shouldn't do this, but we're going to do it anyway because they covered for us last week, and they've 3 out of the 5 weeks have been good for us. So Hawaii plus 6.5, give it to me. Literally just because they've been good to us so far this season, I'm going to jump on them. Tennessee, Mississippi State should be a decent game. Iowa State minus 6.5 against Arizona, I lean it, but I'm not going to take it. Penn State, Oregon's going to be an awesome game. I might take Oregon plus 3.5. I am pretty tempted, but I'm not officially going to take anything there just yet. I'm going to have another article for this coming out Friday, so stay tuned for that. Georgia, Alabama. That's going to be an awesome game. No idea if I'm going to take anything in that game. Probably not. BYU, Colorado looks like to be another fun game as well. Curious to see if Utah State can cover against Vanderbilt, but probably not. Vanderbilt's been amazing. Oklahoma State are 20.5 point dogs now to Baylor in the first game post Mike Gundy. So I kind of want to take the plus 20.5, but Oklahoma State's been so bad recently that I'm just gonna stay away from that. UCLA, Northwestern. Northwestern is my 6.5 point favorites against UCLA. That's pretty depressing, but I'm pretty sure it's because I don't even think. UCLA defensive coordinator leaves. Their head coach is gone. I'm pretty sure Nico might have redshirted even. If that's the case, then, oh boy. I have no idea. If that's for sure or not, so I'm not going to say that officially, but either way, UCLA is just horrible bad vibes. In fact, they're 6.5 point dogs from Northwestern. They have fallen far from grace from the good old heyday. Let's see. Is there any other games? Missouri, UMass? No. That's about it. Yep, that's going to do it for the week. So my official bets then for college football week 5 are Georgia Tech minus 13.5, TCU money line, Indiana minus 7.5, Hawaii plus 6.5. thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for support. I really do appreciate it. Bit of a quick one today, won't lie to you. Kind of flew through some of those NFL picks towards the end because I won't lie to you. I'm not a big fan of this NFL slate. A lot of weird numbers that are just like one or two out of my reach of liking, like 40. Like, for example, 7.5 for Broncos with 6.5 like it, 7.5. I still think they cover. It's just these numbers are a little bit weird. Don't want to take it. Other games like Jets, Dolphins, I have just no interest in betting that. Panthers, Patriots, I like the -5.5. Don't for sure. Like I said, there's a lot of these games that could end up. Check out StareDownSports.com over the weekend. If, like I said, there's a chance that I end up maybe finding a little bit more that I like in these games. I end up fully taking them. But as of right now, I haven't officially taken some of these, but we're probably going to add a couple more. It's usually what we end up doing. But like I said, thank you all for watching. Really do appreciate it. We'll be back in this feed on Tuesday to go over the reactions to all these games that happened. And man, once we come back on Tuesday, we're a quarter of the way through the season. Crazy. Time's flying, man. These games are fun. We're starting to figure out who some of these teams are. It's going to be a fun one. So, like I said, let's have a great weekend. I'll see everyone back in this feed on Tuesday.